Mayor Adams, welcome back to the Sunday Show.
Thank you. Great to be on with you.
So, Mayor, on Thursday, you met with Trump border czar pick Tom Homan, and he said this about your meeting, and I want to read it. He says, "I think what Mayor Eric Adams did was outstanding. I saw a complete 180. I saw the cop in him and his promise to work with us to target violent, criminal, illegal aliens in the city." Why shouldn't all undocumented immigrants in New York City be afraid that they will get caught up in Trump's mass deportation plans?
Well, first, this is something that I was talking about long before this election, and that is repeated violent offenders that are wreaking havoc not only on everyday citizens, but migrants and asylum seekers. I think they violate their right to be in our country. And this is not about going after every undocumented person here. That's not my role. New York City and this country actually has been a country of immigrants, and we should put people on the pathway to citizenship. And the American people have spoke loud and clear. We have to fix our immigration problem and secure our borders, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Jonathan, we tell our immigrants here that use police services when you need them, use our medical institution, educate your children, because they pay taxes while they're here, and those are the services their tax dollars allow them to receive.
So let me just clarify something here, because you've said that the city's sanctuary law should be changed, and I'm asking this because right now the law says that ICE can file for permission to detain someone, quote, when they believe an individual in DOC, Department of Correction custody, is subject to removal from this country. That's very broad. I mean, anyone who has come into the country, quote unquote, illegally is subject to removal from this country. So again, given the reading of the reading of that, why shouldn't undocumented immigrants, the ones who you were just saying pay taxes and send their children to school, why should they not be afraid that they could be caught up in mass deportation plans?
Yes, and let's be extremely clear on something. Mayor Koch was the first one that created our sanctuary cities law. Mayor Bloomberg made some modification, but the previous administration stated under no circumstances should use city resources to coordinate with ICE for deportation issues. That was wrong, and that is the part that I want to modify. Many dangerous gangs are in our city. ICE would like to go after them. We should be coordinating to go after dangerous people. We have a dangerous Venezuelan gang that has participated in all sorts of crime. And when you take that away, leading up to the investigation that is needed to identify these individuals and to remove them, that's problematic. And that is the part of the sanctuary city law that I'm very clear on that I want to modify. And I've been saying this for quite some time. So I'm a little, curious on why people stated that this is a new phenomenon with me.
Mayor, let's talk about what seems to be your sort of warming relationship with the president-elect. And I just wonder, is there a connection between your federal indictment on campaign finance fraud charges and your apparent shift towards him?
Not at all. Listen, I did nothing wrong. I said that over and over again. I should not have been targeted in the first place. I've repeatedly stated that, and I think that we're finding out more and more some of the things that have been happening with DOJ, like putting parents on FBI watch lists for just standing up for their children. I want to be clear. I asked the current president, President Biden, to come to New York City to help me in 2022 to deal with gun violence. He arrived in the city, sat down with the police department. I met with his team several times on several initiatives. That's the same way I feel with the incoming president. I am not going to be warring with this president. I'm going to be working with this president. The American people communicated. Not only did he win the electoral vote, he won the popular vote. They sent clear messages: affordability, public safety, securing our border, and I'm going to move in a direction to bring the resources home to this city. This is not about me. Jonathan. This is about we, the people of New York City, and I'm looking forward to getting some real things done.
Well, you say this is not about me, but there are quite a few people who think otherwise. I want to get your reaction to this quote from Councilman Lincoln Ressler on your consideration of reopening an ICE office on Rikers, and I'm quoting here, "The last thing New York City needs is ICE in schools, shelters, and jails advancing their mass deportation schemes," he said. "It's clear Mayor Adams is more interested in securing a pardon from the incoming Trump administration than protecting immigrant New Yorkers and upholding our sanctuary city laws." That's a very strong allegation against you, Mayor Adams. Your reaction to that, and are you seeking a pardon from President-elect Trump, or trying to?
Well, Jonathan, there's a group of people that spent their entire career from the day I was elected. They have been attacking the administrations and really standing in the way of what we wanted to do around addressing those who are dealing with severe mental health issues, our housing initiative, and he's one of them. He represents 76,000 people in his district, and he has an opinion, but his opinion has often got in the way of moving the city forward, and you just really have to ignore those who are just hurling out negative comments all the time. This is a complicated city of over 8.3 million people, and that is my responsibility. I am not communicating with the president about a pardon. I'm communicating with bringing resources to the city and doing what I have done for the last 3 years, and that is moving this city forward. We have been extremely successful helping working class people in this city, everything from our tax, personal income tax, removal for those who make $150,000 or less on a federal poverty line. You know, we have broke records on housing over and over again. So I'm dealing with the people of the city, and there's always going to be critics.
Let me get you a couple more questions. Are you or your allies seeking to have Donald Trump's new incoming top prosecutor in SDNY drop the charges against you?
That is not my responsibility. I have an attorney that is going to look at every avenue to go after this unjust attack on me. They will handle that, and that is why you have legal teams. My job is, as I stated before, my job is to run the city of New York, and that's what I'm doing. And if you look from the day that we became aware of these allegations, you saw our city continue to move in the right direction, and people are acknowledging how well we move in this city. So let the attorneys handle the legal aspect of it.
Mayor, the Campaign Finance Board is going to meet tomorrow to decide whether you are in violation of their rules and whether you will be able to avail yourself of the 8-to-1 campaign finance match in your reelection campaign next year. Do you think that the Campaign Finance Board will side with you and allow you to take advantage of that match?
Well, they follow precedents. The only time someone was denied that in circumstances like this is if they were convicted of some wrongdoing. I am not. And I believe I should be allowed to have the campaign matching. But we're moving ahead no matter what happens. They have the role that they must make a decision. I have a role of continuing to do what's needed to be reelected.
Final question for you, Mayor. Do you commit to continue to do what you say you're doing as a Democrat? Do you commit to running for re-election as a Democrat?
Yes, I ran I ran as a state senator as a Democrat. I ran as a borough president. I ran as a mayor as a Democrat. When I show my love for this country by saying the first party that I'm a member of is the American Party. When I take a pledge of allegiance, when I took the pledge when I got in office, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, not to a party. And I'm going to continue to be true blue to my party, but I'm also a true blue working class person, and it's time for Americans to come together. Let's come together as one country and resolve the problems that we're facing. But yes, I'll be running as a Democrat, but as I stated before, I'll say again, the first party I'm a member of, that's the American Party.
Eric Adams, the 110th mayor of New York City, thank you, as always, for coming to the Sunday Show.
Thank you.